On this edition of Tacoma Report, we'll get a refresher on what to do when the power goes out. We'll also learn about a neighborhood treasure, and we'll find out how you can give back this holiday season. Stay tuned. Welcome to this edition of Tacoma Report. I'm Lane Fickey, filling in for Anita Gallagher. Winter storms increase the possibility of power outages that could leave thousands of people without service at the same time. Tacoma Power works very hard all year to trim trees and strengthen its electrical system to minimize storm-related outages, but they do occur. Tacoma Report's John Phillips tells us how Tacoma Power goes about restoring your service.
It's been a couple of years since snow, ice, and winds brought widespread power outages to Tacoma Power's service area. Power crews worked around the clock until everyone's service was restored. Some customers were back on in a few hours. For a few isolated customers, it took a few days.
During a widespread event where we have more damaged locations than we have crews, that's where it becomes challenging to identify where the best place for those crews to go to impact the most number of customers.
Tacoma Power's Energy Control Center is where crews are dispatched from to make repairs. 168,000 households and businesses served by the utility are spread out over 180 square miles of Pierce County. While the power system is sophisticated, customer calls are still critical in tracking outages.
We'll know that there was an outage of some kind, but we don't know where on the circuit that outage occurred.
Tacoma Power has detailed and specific priorities for restoring the power, which is why customers may not see repair crews outside their homes right away. First, they're dispatched to ensure public safety by clearing down power lines and bringing health and safety facilities back online. They then work to bring power back on to the greatest number of people as quickly as possible. That means focusing system repairs to generation facilities and major transmission lines. Substations and large distribution lines are next. Then comes repairs to systems feeding neighborhoods. Restoring individual customers follows.
So what Tacoma does is we identify which facilities are out, which facilities are going to impact the most customers, and we deploy our crews to those locations so that we put the system back together in a way that targets the most number of customers getting their power back on as possible.
For Tacoma Report, I'm John Phillips.
TacomaPower.com has some great tips to help you during power outages. First, check your electrical panel to see if a breaker has shut off the power. A peek out the window will tell you if your neighbors are also out of power or if trees have damaged power lines. Switch off appliances, heaters, and electronics, but leave a couple of lights on so you'll know when power is restored. It's also a great idea to have an emergency kit handy with flashlights, extra batteries, a radio, and some ready-to-eat food. Remember, barbecues and portable generators can create deadly fumes, and they should never be used indoors. Improper use of a generator can also hurt electrical crews working on lines, so consult your instruction manual. You can get regular updates on outages and restoration work by following Tacoma Power on Facebook and Twitter. Winter also brings an increased need for donations at local food banks. As the holiday rush begins, many local food banks feel it too. The holidays are a time for family and for giving. Local food banks need the community's help through donations. To find a local food bank near you, visit Pierce County's website and search food banks for an official list. After this short break, we'll find out where a library may be popping up near you. If you've strolled through many Tacoma neighborhoods lately, you may have spotted some unique-looking structures located near sidewalks. A lot of them are beautifully designed, but it's what's located inside that's really the treasure.
This is a Little Free Library. Little Free Libraries, I think, are a national movement designed to create places in neighborhoods where neighbors can exchange and get books. And we heard about it and thought it was a really interesting idea. And then we had a friend who had just retired, and he offered to build us this Little Free Library, and so he did.
The premise is very simple. Borrow a book, enjoy reading it, and then return either that book or bring back a different one. There are close to 30 Little Free Libraries located throughout Tacoma, and more are expected to spring up in the near future. These Little Free Libraries, or book exchanges as many people call them, have become the talk of the neighborhood.
I think people think it's fun. And what I really enjoy is seeing families come. So a mom and her kids will come by, and you know, there's something in the little free library for a mother or father or teenager. There's something in the little free library for little kids. Yeah, there's some challenges. It's sometimes all the books go out faster than we can replenish them, and so people will come by and be disappointed because there's not a lot of books there. Other times we have a plethora of books and we can't fit them all in, and so then we have stacks of books in our house, which is a challenge in itself.
The Little Free Libraries provide many benefits. In addition to offering great free reading material, making a trip to the local book house has now become a great way for neighbors to bond and to get to know each other.
Partly it creates connections between neighbors, partly it brings books into our neighborhood. I tutor high school students in this neighborhood, and giving them more chances to read and more choices of books is really, really important. And because we don't have a library branch right now, this is a way to get books into people's hands as well.
If you're interested in creating your own Little Free Library or want to find out where one is located near you, log on to littlefreelibrary.org. You might want to consider picking up a book to take when you donate blood. The holidays are an important time when it comes to blood donations in the Puget Sound region. With all of the fun activities taking place during this busy season, scheduling a time to donate blood isn't on the top of everyone's list. Cascade Regional Blood Services wants to remind everybody that the need for donated blood is constant, especially November through January. The total process from registration until the time you're finished takes less than an hour, and that 60-minute commitment can have a lasting impact in the lives of many people. To schedule an appointment or to find out where one of the several blood mobiles will be in the Tacoma area, go to crbs.net. The Tacoma Police Department is also giving back to the community through a special program taking place during the holidays. This time of year is very important to many police officers and the Shop with a Tacoma Cop program. This marks the 24th year that Tacoma police personnel have taken local children on a holiday shopping spree. The day starts with the kids getting picked up in patrol cars. They're then treated to a special breakfast, and finally they're taken to a local store to buy presents for family and friends.
As it's grown, what we found out is that law enforcement in general has got kind of a negative connotation, so getting out there and working with young kids and showing them that we do care is a basic format for Shop with a Cop, and it's just to let the community know that we care enough that we take our personal time. A lot of guys contribute to the program for the donations, and we want to show that we are part of the community, want to help support our community and those in need. I think for some of the kids, you know, they have that aura about police and what they're about, and then they get picked up in the morning at their house for the day we're going to go shopping, and they're all excited, and the parents are a little apprehensive at first, but they think it's kind of cool, and then the kids come and they do their shopping fun at the Target store, and then from there, at that point, the kids are just ecstatic, and we've been able to expand on some things. We had a monster truck thing there last year that was kind of cool for the kids. Donations from the community are a big deal. We've had some programs in the past that were very large fundraisers that have gone by. So we've been right now more of individuals through payroll deduction has been helping us get along, but we don't have any major corporate support anymore, or we don't have any more individuals that are, you know, obviously deep pocketed that can help us out that way. So we're struggling a little bit, but we're getting better though. But right now we really don't have any major corporate donators.
This year's Shop with the Tacoma Cop takes place on December 20th. If you'd like to donate to the program, you can send your tax-deductible contribution to the Tacoma Police Department. And for donation questions, you can contact Detective Bill Foster. When we return from the break, we'll get an update on the proposed design for the Amtrak Freight House Square Station. Don't go away. The Washington State Department of Transportation recently shared with the community the results of previous surveys and meetings regarding the new Amtrak Freight House Square Station design. For the latest information on this project, visit their website. Some unique designs will also be unveiled next year as part of the city's low-impact development competition. The city, Metro Parks Tacoma, and the Port of Tacoma invite design teams to participate in the Tacoma Green Infrastructure Challenge going on now through December 18th. This competition will challenge teams to tackle one of 3 actual site designs showcasing sustainable solutions for stormwater runoff. Winning teams will be featured right here on Tacoma Report. For registration information and contest details, go to cityoftacoma.org/TGI Challenge. If you're looking for ways to be more green around your home, Tacoma Power has some resources to help. There's a growing number of small improvements that you can make at home to help save money on your power bills. Tacoma Power is partnering with local stores to offer high-efficiency LED light bulbs for as little as $7 each. You can also get $10 off easy-to-install kits to convert recessed can lights to LED technology. Participating stores are also providing up to $10 in instant savings when you buy an efficient shower head, and that could save you up to $60 a year just on the cost of water heating alone. You can find a list of the stores offering these instant discounts at knowyourpower.com/shop. If you're shopping for a fun Saturday event, Click Cable TV's next free Click Family Flick will be The Nut Job. It will be shown at Tacoma's Grand Cinema on Saturday, November 15th, starting at 10 a.m. This 2014 animated film is about a self-serving exiled squirrel who helps his animal friends raid a nut store that's being used as a front by some human bank robbers. Seating is limited and kids must be accompanied by an adult. After the break, we'll bring you some safety reminders on prepping your holiday turkey. This holiday season, make it a goal to share good food safety practices. For simple tips that all cooks in the kitchen can follow to safely thaw, prepare, stuff, and cook a turkey, go to cdc.gov/features/turkey time. And if you decide to deep fry a turkey, make sure you keep your family and your home safe by using a fully thawed and dry turkey. Set up your fryer on flat, even ground that's more than 10 feet away from your home, and make sure your children and pets are even further away. Never leave your fryer unattended. Monitor the temperature closely and have a fire extinguisher ready at all times. Before stuffing yourself, consider going for a run. Join the community on November 27th for the 20th anniversary of the Norpoint Turkey Trot. This will be a special event with memories of past trots in picture, writing, and on stage. Be ready to run and reminisce with the other festive trotters. Pre-registration closes November 22nd. For more information, visit metroparkstacoma.org. The outbreak of Ebola in West Africa has many people concerned, and the Tacoma-Pierce County Health Department is following mandated safety precautions. The health department recently received word that a person who has traveled from a West African Ebola-impacted country is in Pierce County. That person is not ill and is not experiencing Ebola-like symptoms. Now, consistent with the Center of Disease Control guidelines, the Tacoma-Pierce County Health Department will actively monitor the health of all people coming into Pierce County from Ebola-impacted countries in West Africa. Learn more about Ebola at their website. Another epidemic in the world and in our community received recognition to help build awareness in October. Domestic Violence Awareness Month came to a close on Friday, October 31st, with a silent rally and candlelight vigil. The event, which was planned and hosted by the city, included Men Against Domestic Violence, community leaders, and the public.
This is a silent rally because so many people suffer in silence, and sometimes silence and speaking out in silence is far more powerful than a spoken voice. This is our way of recognizing those folks who are suffering in silence and to also raise the awareness about the domestic violence initiative that the city of Tacoma has launched called Courage, because it takes courage to speak up and it takes courage to speak out and take a stand against domestic violence.
One of the Pierce County buses with the Courage Men Against Domestic Violence bus ads was also present at the event. October may be over, but the Courage initiative is just getting started. Find out more at their website. Well, that wraps up this installment of Tacoma Report. A great way to find out about the services the City of Tacoma has to offer is by going to cityoftacoma.org. Thanks for watching. I'm Link Feeney.